Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, this is Jack Berry, and I'm here with Ken Devine, the Chief Executive Officer of the Michigan section of the Professional Golfers Association of America. And I've known Ken since about 1960, way back when I was at the Free Press, and Ken was just getting into the golf business.
That makes us both awful old, Jack.
That does
you
indeed.
You could have gone all day without saying that.
And he has seen it from the ground up, the salesman, as an executive, through the good times and the bad times. Tell us a little bit about how it was at the start. You were with?
I was with the First Flight Golf Company out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was a privately owned company by a guy named Jack Harkins from Ireland, and a real character. He was one of the golf characters as we had back in those days. And then Jack got Arnold Palmer to leave the Wilson Company, and Jack and I was there when we started the Arnold Palmer Golf Company. So after Arnold, we added Gary Player and Doug Sanders and Jimmy DeMeritt, and we had all the characters.
Well, you've known and worked with the greats of the game.
Yeah, I have, Jack. It's been an amazing thing, and it's been 44 years now, and what a way to wrap it up. I'm going to go out right after the Ryder Cup.
Let's talk a little bit about Ryder Cup.
Sure, be happy to.
And this is the PGA of America's big show, and what do you do with the Ryder Cup?
Well,
What's your involvement?
We've been at meetings 2 days this week on the charitable endeavors. We go back to the history of the PGA, the Ryder Cup and the PGA Championship. You know, we'd ride into town with this great golf tournament. We'd bring $1 million into the community, but when we'd leave, it was just like, where did they go? So a few years ago, Jim Autry and the executive committee decided it's time to start leaving a footprint in the areas where we've been. So there'll be two various pro-ams. One's going to be a celebrity amateur, and the other one is the Captain's Challenge. At the celebrity amateur, there'll be 50 Hall of Fame celebrities or movie people playing with 4 amateurs.
A good hook.
That's how tough the ticket is. When
right.
You've got to give a Michael Jordan or something. I'm not saying Michael's going to be there, but if you can hook him with a ticket to the Ryder Cup and they give you a day on a golf course, it's a pretty good bargain. I hope nobody quotes this number, but hopefully it'll be close to $500,000 we'll give to various Michigan charities.
Right. Well, I know the PGA of America is trying to involve the community more. They know that not that many people are going to be able to get onto the golf course.
Exactly.
So they've done like the Michigan Golf Foundation. They've given 2 tickets for the week
Correct.
to raffle as a fundraiser.
That's right. We auctioned 2 of them off, Jack, at the First Tee banquet the other day and last year, and the 2 of them brought $7,200.
Of course, the Ryder Cup is it's the greatest team show in golf.
Nothing like it.
The first one I went to was back in the early 70s at Old Wharton in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, yeah.
And there was hardly a soul there. And it was just a wonderful event.
You know, you being one of the greatest golf writers of the century, you remember when you couldn't get a sponsor for the Ryder Cup, and Jack Nicklaus came to them and said, here's what you need to do. You need to make it more competitive, and you need to expand it to all of Europe, and that really turned it around.
Well, as soon as the U.S. started losing, why people started getting interest.
Exactly. Of the 12 players, 7 have never played in it. And I think that's good. I think we need these kids out there.
Right.
If you remember the European team at the Belfry, they had those young first-timers that had a fire in their belly and really wanted to win.
It is so huge over there. And, I mean, whenever you talk golf over there, they always talk about whether so-and-so has a chance Ryder Cup. Everything Ryder Cup. It had not been quite that way here, but now you hear on the weekly golf telecast, tour cast, they do talk Ryder Cup.
Absolutely. Internationally, it is the second most viewed event other than the World Cup.
Right.
So that tells you the importance and the magnitude of it.
How about the great show that the Michigan PGA has put on over the years? It's become probably one of the top sections in the country.
Yeah, and Jack, I got to tell you, I think it is one of the top sections. As you remember, I came in under some difficult situations, and all you had to do was show them how to put the bit in their mouth, and they did it, and they ran with it. I just got to thank everybody.
You came in, what was it, 1991?
1991, January 7th, 1991.
the coffers were kind of bare at that time?
Yeah, we had an unfortunate
Yeah,
situation,
right.
and
So now how do you build that back up?
Well, what we did is we've got some very wonderful sponsors for our tournaments, and when a sponsor would come forth with a substantial amount of money, we were able to retain the entry fees from the tournament. And the members voted in a substantial dues increase right away. We're very fortunate right now. We're sitting in a comfortable. We're talking about some forward things. We're looking at a new home site. We're spending a lot of our money and efforts on this new Play Golf America growth of the game
Talk
initiatives.
a little bit about that. That's I know that M.G. Orender, the president of the PGA of America, is very involved in public golf, and he seems to really be carrying the ball on trying to get players who already are playing to play more and to encourage new players.
So, if you look at golf, since Tiger came aboard, it skyrocketed. The interest in golf, but not so much the play. We started to lose players. So where we were at the urging of the National Golf Foundation, you remember back there, they wanted to open a course a day.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Too many.
Tilt.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would have been too many had the economy stayed strong. But the growth of the game, Play Golf America, is, as you say, it's a four-pronged program. We've got to make the game fun, Jack. You hear all about the traditions and all that, and maybe that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But a lot of people take up the game. It's time-consuming, it's expensive, and if you can't play well, it's no fun. If you and I were to get 10 guys together, 10 guys and women, we could choose up 5 on the side and go play a softball game.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have an umpire, we wouldn't have a referee, we wouldn't have a catcher, we'd probably have a backstop. But that's playing. But in golf, you got to tee it up here, you got to play it like it lies, and you got all these damn rules.
Yeah.
So we're looking at starting what we call Link Up to Golf. It's where we link people together that, as you say, have never played, groups of 8 for 8-hour lessons, very affordable, and those 8 people will go play 3-hole scrambles. That'll be their first experience. So we realize we've got to get to the grassroots of this, make the game fun, where even maybe a Davis Love is not happy with it.
Well, I think encouraging 9-hole play too.
Exactly, Jack.
You don't
why 9?
Waste a whole day.
Why 9? Why don't I say, Jack, let's go play 3 after work tomorrow?
All right.
Why not?
Yeah.
All we need is the golf course owners like Jim Dooling and that to take certain times of their day and set it up where you've got a clover leaf,
right,
where you could play 3, 6, or 9.
Right. Isn't one of the things is that Detroit is one of 10 cities in the country that's having a big demo day.
Well,
yes, St. John's
out of St. John's and at Carl's in Plymouth. Yes, we are. The USGA, the LPGA, the Augusta National, they have all turned over all their PSA money to us. And they've said, between the PGA and the Golf Course Owners Association, we're counting on you to grow the game.
Right.
So we're going to have $8 million across the country in these PSA spots, showing how young, new people, old new people get into the game, learn the game, and play it as a game. And then once they get proficient, then learn the rules of golf and the handicap and all that. But Jack, you were there when I started. You're going to be there when I finish.
That's the two of us.
and they never said we'd make it, Jack.
That's right. We've been talking with Ken Devine, the Chief Executive Officer of the Michigan section of the Professional Golfers Association of America, and Ken is wrapping up his work with the PGA right after the Ryder Cup. So it's been good talking with him, and we'll see you the next time.